live. We're live on YouTube. I'm live on Twitch. Twitch has a problem. Of course, click the have a look here. Yeah. Let's do that. Do that. Okay. And let's restart Twitch. Let's see how it works now. Test it out. Okay. Now, come on, Twitch. Come on. Don't let me down. Twitch, come on, come on. Go Twitch. Can do this. Yes. Yes. Okay, can you hear me well? Let's see the audio. The audio sounds pretty awful, doesn't it? Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Whew. Been tough getting all of these ready all together. Figuring out how to finally come live without so many issues, which I've had so many. It's been a mess. It's been a mess. But I think we're there now. I think we finally have good setup that works. I think we've made it to a point where we can finally say we're live and it's all coming out well. I think. I don't think there's anybody there because it was very impromptu. I didn't tell anyone. I scheduled this probably 20 minutes ago. Well, probably half an hour now. Yeah, I'm a bit late. I was baking bread. In my defense, baking bread. I wasn't. I was actually eating dough. So yeah, it took a while. I couldn't leave it there. That's why. Like, but we're here now, and it looks good. It seems like it's coming out well. I was pretty worried that it wasn't coming out well. We could hear the audio again here. Yeah, the audio sounds pretty awful, doesn't it? The audio sounds horrible. I don't know why it sounds so bad. I mean, it's so bad. Ugh. Wow. Yeah. Well, I think you'll have to do for today. That was my biggest worry because the problem is that while the Mac great for handling audio, it's really fantastic for handling audio. I've had best experiences doing anything audio related on the Mac because all the hardware, the interfaces and all the work amazing with the Mac. Problem is that every time I try to do anything on Windows, usually it depends on the hardware and the actual hardware, right? It's very dependent on that, and even then, it's a hit and miss. But on Mac, it's always beautiful to work with audio, fantastic. Now, when it comes to streaming video, I don't know, this just a mess. Couldn't get anything sorted. It was a mess, absolute mess, having terrible issues all the time. So yeah, maybe if you just want to stream your camera, good. Then if you want to do all the screen sharing and all that for a while, and if you have some pretty heavy, intense work going on, you're gonna have some problems with the Mac. So yeah, I think it sounds awful here. The audio is really bad. I really don't like how it sounds. Perhaps someone, you're there, you can tell me how you hear me. Because that's really my biggest issue here, is that you may not hear me well. So yeah, I hope it's not bad. That's my only hope. So yeah, let's see if someone's here. Look at the chat here. No, I don't think anybody. Yeah, I may be completely alone and someone watches it later with me. So yeah, this was more very impromptu. I just did it because I wanted to come out live and finally test this thing that, this setup that I've been working on so much. And yeah, it's like I said, it's a hit and miss. It's a hit and miss. Really can't about it. It's really hard. At least on the Mac side, because on the Windows side, it's on the Windows side, I know I can control most of the things, but with the audio, it's so bad. The audio is always a problem. The microphones make more noise. The microphones do so. I mean, it's like the reaction of the microphone is so much different. With the same volume, right? Same input volume on the Mac and on the Windows PC. The difference is abysmal. It's abysmal. Like, it's like I don't know what the Mac is doing with interface, but it's really the noise you hear here on the Windows PC. It's just incredible. You have to lower down the input. Probably the interface has a lot to do with that. Maybe the interface is not great. I'll give you that much. But the audio on the Windows PC, not the same. I don't know. It's just different, on the Mac, it sounds crisp, sounds incredible. So yeah, this stream will not have the best audio, at least not a great audio as we had on the previous ones. But at least my hope that it will work great, and at least on the image side, and you'll hear me good enough. I don't know how well enough. Again, if you're hearing this, if you're listening, please tell me if you hear me well. Tell me if it looks good. Well, I think it looks good. I can see it looking decent, at least. But yeah, but the big problem, I think, is the audio with this specific setup in the Mac, in the PC, in the Windows PC. So I either have great audio, or I have nothing. I either have great audio and bad quality everything, it just breaks up and I have to restart everything every time, or I have bad audio and everything else works well. And I think I can figure out the audio eventually. I think I can make it work. But yeah, it's a bit of a mess. I get it. So yeah, if you're there and you're listening, please just write in the chat. Hear you horribly, hear you well, something. Tell me if it's how it's coming out. But yes, finally. I mean, just the fact that it's coming out, just the fact that it's out there and it looks decent, for me at this time. We'll have to come into the Rogue engine now and test, see some see how fluid it goes with the with the engine running on the background there, because they also changed the codec a bit and all that. So I don't know. I really hope that it's going to look smooth. yeah, I hope it's smooth. I hope it's smooth because you know, I've been testing so much stuff. It did look smooth in the recordings. I did recordings tests, but I don't know if it's gonna look smooth now. So we're gonna test it now live. So yeah, this time it's all live testing right now. So let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go to Rogue Engine and test this thing. Yeah, and also here we don't have. It's also something else that's pretty awful here, right? We don't have the ability to hide the OBS. So that's a problem. That's a problem because I would really like to hide the OBS. Like here, like if I change to my other setup where I have the screen, you can see the OBS there, which is a mess, right? This doesn't look great. This is pretty awful. I mean, no way. But yeah, that's it. That's what. So yeah, well, let's come here. Come here. I think you followed me here. Yeah, you're following me here. You can see me in the screen there. Let's see. Let's have a look at the setup. See if it's maybe I'm too big there on the screen. I don't know. Fine, it's fine. For now, it's okay. For now, it's okay. I may have to use myself a bit. Yeah, probably a bit there. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. I'm not in the US, mate. I'm not in the US. Yeah, Simon's asking, saying, greetings. How are you? From which state of the US are you streaming now? I am not in the US, mate. Yes. But I'm in the UK. Let me see. Let me try and bring this back. If it's working well or not. Yeah, I think it's gonna be. Okay. Probably just a tiny bit less. There, probably there, right? Yeah. Let's test that. Let's test this. It look good there. If this looks okay from not covering too much stuff here, then it's gonna be okay. Now let's see how fluid it looks. Let's see how smooth it goes. Try this out, and please tell me if you can hear me well, because that's my biggest concern now. Like, people can hear me well. Honestly. Ooh. Okay. Look at it. Let's look at it on gonna have a look at this on the monitor here. Yes, it looks good. It looks okay, doesn't it? It doesn't look amazing. I mean, the quality is pretty shit. Yeah, it's not great. The quality is not great. But gonna have to do. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, the quality is pretty much stretching it. But yeah, it's gonna have to do. I don't see anyone else quit or anywhere else. But yeah, please, if you can hear me, tell me it sounds good. Yeah. It doesn't sound good. No, I'm trying to hear how it sounds here, but it sounds so bad. It sounds so horrible. My God. You hear do you have lags? Ooh. See if it's laggy now. You see it laggy? I don't see any lag here on the on the monitor here. Yeah, there's lag. Perhaps is it only on the audio, the lag? because I can hear lag, but only on the audio. Like it's a bit bad. But I think now it should be a little bit better. Just a little bit. Let's see if it's. Oh, okay. Okay, I have a bunch of crap here set up. Yes, that's why. That's why. Okay, okay, okay. I see what's going on. All right, yeah. I had a bunch of shit set up here. Yeah, that's why you're hearing me horribly. Let me test this now. Oh, yeah, that's different. That's gonna be much better for you. No, I had a bunch of filters set with this one. Yeah, I think last minute I might have changed the uh the audio source, because I thought it was the same thing. I confused it and probably changed it when I removed the other one, the old one. So I'm gonna monitor this. Yeah, a pro a pro streamer, definitely. I mean, I've had. I mean, you can tell that I've been doing this for a long time, right? I mean, this is incredibly professional. I mean, you can see the work of a true master. You know, I mean, come on. Okay, let's see. Let's see if I can hear myself as well. Yeah, this is pretty much okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Okay. I'm gonna that. Yeah, I brought down the input a bit. I'm hearing myself on delay, so it's hard to talk. All right. Yeah. Okay. Finally, we got this. We got this. Yes, the audio is good now. The audio is good and sounds great. And we got ourselves a winner setup now. Um, Beautiful. This is amazing now. Now let's see. Let's make sure that the that the setup is the same and it works well for the other one, for the screen. You're gonna see me come into this one as well. Yeah, it's the same one, right? It's the same setup. So you're coming with me to the control room, because this thing doesn't hide it. Like the one good thing about it on the Mac was that I could have the display thing here have hide hide the OBS, but I can't hide the OBS. So you're with me here in the control room, and that's okay. It's totally fine. We don't have any issues with that. It's okay. Doesn't look as great, I think, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fine. But yeah, okay. So we have the same one going in there, so you can hear me well, probably. Uh, yeah, yeah. That'll have to do. That'll have to do. Beautiful, beautiful. We got this then. We got this. We got this. Uh, finally. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So I don't know how many people are there watching or how many people we have anywhere. But yeah, I'm just gonna monitor this thing. I'm gonna make sure. Uh, okay, we have some people here. We have some people. All right. So okay, so a few things happened. That I need to be. Um, I wanted to talk about. First thing that happened. One thing that I wanted to talk about. Wanted to address. Oh, thank you, Josh. Thank you very much. Josh says it's looking good. Thank you very much. If you're hearing or seeing this, please tell me if it's looking good. Tell me if it's working. Okay, I'm just gonna drink my mate first, because I need I need some energy now. I need some energy. Yeah, I've been drinking this all day, but anyway, I need some energy. I was going to have another one. This time a hot one, because oh my god. All right. We got this. All right. Okay. So one thing I wanted to address. One thing that two things, but I think we'll go for the fun one first. The fun one, something that happened with the vehicle controller specifically, there was a problem with the vehicle controller that I didn't notice. Because as you can see there in the little test that I did, the camera that I have set up was on top, right? So I was doing all these tests, I was doing all these things. I changed the car's direction because the first time I did the vehicle controller, I've set up the car to work because I thought that's the only way it worked. I thought the front of the car, the forward of the car, was going to be the x-axis, the plus x axis, because that's the thing that that it was showing us by default. I didn't know that I could change that actually. So when I realized I could change it, I said yes, please, because everything, I mean, all the directions are on minus z. So it makes sense to have everything, like, you know, the car go on minus z as its forward direction. So I've set up the car to be on minus z, but that meant I have to rotate the car, everything, and now what happened was that when I did this whole rotation, I didn't realize that I had to actually also rotate the the wheels, right? The rotation of the wheels. When I was taking in the rotation of the wheels, I had to invert that as well, because previously it was plus X and now it was minus Z. So that meant that the wheels were actually showing a moonwalk, a moonwalk with the wheels. So thank you to Ikbensiep. I think it's called Simon, because I saw him on Blue Sky. He shared his car setup on Blue Sky. So kudos to him. Cheers to him. Thank you for pointing that out. Everyone, you know, if you find a bug, if you find something, if you find a problem, please let me know. Yes, just you know, so many people find problems, find things. They don't say anything, right? I mean, but here you have an approachable guy. You have, you know, this software, and you can talk to the developer directly. You can talk to me directly. You can tell me, hey, this is going wrong, and I can't do it. Just talk to me. Just talk to me. You know, you don't have to go through some support channel or something. You know, just talk to me. I'm the guy who built it. Just talk to me and I will solve it for you. You know, it's just, that's so, how simple is that? Come on. So, you know, just come to me, say that, go into Discord, you know, so join the Discord, go into rogueengine.io, go into the Discord link. There's a link for the Discord face thing. Just join there. Go there. There's actually a channel dedicated to bug reports. So you just do a bug report there. Just tell me what's going on. I'll help you out. Even if it's, or if you need some help, you know, just I don't know how to do this. Well, just write me there. Just tell me. I need to look at the camera. I just forget looking at the camera. I keep looking at the monitor because I'm looking at at the audio signal actually. I'm scared. I'm afraid I'm going to saturate this thing, but I just keep doing that. Yeah, so okay, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. So things that we need to figure out now. So yeah, the wheels were spinning the other way. So what I had to do was negate the wheel rotation. Obviously, just make it go the other way, so that the wheels would go in the correct direction. And yeah, so thanks to Ikbensiep, I think it was the username, but I think the name is Simon. Thank you very much. And yeah, I fixed it and I sent the update. So if you've downloaded the package, simply reinstall it. Just hit install again, and it will install directly on top of the new one. There's going to be no issues. You're just going to have that little change there, and your wheels are going to spin on the correct direction because they weren't previously, I know. So yeah, please, whenever you do these things, whenever you come in and you say something's wrong, I try to go in and change it as soon as I can, as fast as I can, and do the update and help you all, you know, have a smooth experience with Rogue Engine. But yeah, look at the camera. Oh, I have a chat here. Josh says, honestly, being able to talk to you directly in Discord really kickstarted my 3GS programming. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Yeah, that's wow. I have. I'm really glad, you know, because one thing I'm trying to do here, honestly, is also bring in more people, bring more attention to 3GS as well, right? Because I mean, we are using 3JS here with Rogue Engine, and you just gave me the footing to go into the next thing that I wanted to talk about. um, which is someone left a comment in one of the live streams that got me thinking. Right, that I need to sort of be more. Yeah, I need to address this thing. I think, and having it on a live stream like this, because I've said it on text before, but just saying it, just talking about it, I think it's going to be much better. I think this is the kind of thing that is the live stream is great for, because I can just talk to you directly. You can see me, and I can say it with my, it's not the same just writing it down when you can hear me say it. Um, so what happened was that someone left a comment saying, like, okay, they really love Rogue Engine, but they wanted to see more features, they want to see more things, because they were using other engines, and many of the features that they had on these other engines were missing on Rogue Engine. So the first thing for that is that I absolutely sorry. I'm sorry. Great. I absolutely acknowledge it, that this engine doesn't have all the features, like, at least on the UI side, all that doesn't have the features that you will find in a more comfortable, say, hand-holding engine like Unity, or maybe even Godot or something like that, that may have some more visual features, obviously. Not just because they've been there for longer, so and they have bigger teams that they can build more stuff faster, and they could build stuff faster at the time when they had investment and all these things. We don't have those things here. We just have me. So the one thing that I always strive to do is move the development, or drive the development to what's more urgent for the community, right? So if many people come in and say, "Hey, I'm very annoyed about this thing," then that's something I'm going to address first, right? That's always, and I would say 90% of the time, what happens is that I am also annoyed by that. And sometimes I'm thinking, well, is it just me that's annoyed by this? Maybe nobody cares. And sometimes it happens, nobody cares. But also, there are many things that annoy me. Sometimes one of these things is something that someone comes in and says, "Oh, this is annoying for me," and I go, "Oh, right." So I feel it, because I'm using it too. So, it's to me, you saying that something isn't working for you in Rogue Engine, it helps me think, okay, maybe I need to fix this now. It gives me the perfect excuse to start going, oh, okay, this is something I can start looking into, because it's not just me. Okay? And so when more people come in and complain about something, it brings even more urgency to it. So please, if you have anything that you would like to see in Rogue Engine, if you have any problem that you find, come in and say it. Don't just tell me, oh, it's missing features. Tell me which features. Give me a list of things. What's the most important thing to you? And that's so important to me. Very important. So the most important, and it's very important that you use the feature request on Discord. Go into Discord, use a feature request there, because that's where I usually, if I want to look for inspiration or something, okay, what I need to tackle next, or if I want to keep myself grounded, go there and read that, and it's just instant like that. So it's very important. It's very important. So please, keep bringing in your concerns, keep bringing in your annoyances, your problems, the things, your challenges that you're having. And obviously, as well, if you need help, I'm always there to help whoever needs it. With whatever time I have, I try to bring, get some gaps there. And now with the live stream, I think we have a great excuse to sometimes bring some of those problems out you bring into the help channel and the Discord, and we can bring them here, or perhaps just try to help you properly here, I think this is one of the great uses we're gonna have for the live stream specifically. So yeah, that's I think the first thing there, right? And then of course, about this comment, and of course, yes, right. It's the most important thing that I think the elephant in the room is that it's obviously just me building this. So I can only go as fast, you know. So I really understand your patience, so thank you very much for your patience. And of course, if you want to support development, if you feel like, okay, we need to help this thing grow because it's something that you need, of course, buying a license is something that it's extremely not just, it's not just a help, um, an economical help. It's also it's also validation for me, you know. It's like um, it makes me feel that I'm actually, you know, moving towards something. You know, that's you know, the motivation that gives me is part of what drives me to keep working on it. So thank you very much to everyone who's buying licenses, to everyone who's supporting the project in every way they can. That really helps. You know, that really helps. You know, because yeah, that's it's one thing to support it, and you know, with words, but it's when you put your money where your mouth is, that's that's a getting there, really, you know, reaching to say, okay, I'm into this, you know. And to me that's important. And if not many people are doing it, if not many people are coming with the licenses, or people are turning away, then I know that I'm doing something wrong, you know, or maybe I'm not giving as much attention to you as I should. So yeah, that's an important aspect of it. Okay, let's look at the chat. Let's see. Mm. It says, Simon says, Rogue Engine is great already, and please do not overpopulate it with unnecessary thing, because it's meant to create web apps and not Steam games. If we need a Steam game, there is also Source too. But here we talk about JavaScript apps that can run on web browsers and still give a nice experience. Yes, that's a good point. We're talking about web games, but also the features. Sometimes people want features that are, hey Marky, hey Marky, thanks for coming, thanks for being here. Yeah, so sometimes sometimes people ask for features because they think, okay, we need this because we have it in this other engine, and sometimes, you know, it's not even the appropriate feature for the engine, right? It's not even the appropriate feature for this particular engine. Sometimes you need a more appropriate tool for the job, right? It's like the whole thing about, you know, every, you know, I don't remember how it's you know, when you have a hammer and everything looks like a nail or something like that. I don't remember how it is. I don't remember. You'll know to forgive me. My English is not my mother language, so yeah. I know a lot of them in Spanish though. I know a lot of them. It's just they just come in, you know. Sometimes I forget them too. In my defense, but in the defense of my English. But yeah, let's yeah, let's go into that as well, right? Some features in Rogue Engine are not present in Rogue Engine, because remember that whenever you think something's missing in Rogue Engine, the first thing you need to do is to think, is this in Three.js? Because Rogue Engine is not, and that's why I thought that's the great footing that you gave me there, Josh, with this thing, because Rogue Engine is just a bunch of tooling around Three.js. So if you think a feature is missing in Rogue Engine because you don't see it in the docs, it doesn't mean that it's not there. Sometimes it's there in Three.js. It may not be there in the UI, but it's there for you if you can, you know, if you can figure it out coding. You know, if you look for something, if you think, okay, I want to do this, one of the reasons I did it with Three.js and make tools around Three.js is because I could find so many things about Three.js out there on the web. Yeah, I could go into Google and Reddit or whatever, you know, in so many forums, so many places I could look for information about Three.js and how to do this and how to do that, and I can find that, and I could just copy paste that into a Rogue Engine component, and it would work like 99% of the time. I would say, well, let's go 90, because sometimes you have to change a few things here and there, right? You have to adapt them to a component, right? Say, okay, you may need to create a field in your component, so it would be this instead of being a simple variable. But sometimes I mean, it is really when you look for when you trying to learn something new, right? And you're thinking, okay, I'm going to invest my time to build something in this new engine. You're actually committing yourself to something, right? And it's great to learn something new, but it's hard to commit yourself. But I'm thinking, okay, if you're learning Three.js, right? If you're learning Rogue Engine, you're learning Three.js, and if you're learning Three.js, you're learning a skill that even if Rogue Engine disappears tomorrow, you know how to use Three.js. At least you know how to use bits of it. And in fact, I encourage you to go and build something with Three.js alone. With Three.js by itself. Do not just build stuff with Three.js and Rogue Engine. Go and try to do something with Three.js by itself. And I'm not even talking about React, React 3 Fiber or anything like that. I'm talking about Three.js by itself, vanilla Three.js, pure Three.js, because that is a different experience, and you can see the things that Rogue Engine is doing for you. If you see the things that Rogue Engine is doing for you, you can even have a better idea what the tool is really doing, and how you can integrate that knowledge. There's a lot you can integrate of the knowledge you have from using Three.js by itself to the use you give within the Rogue Engine framework, right? And yeah, let's read some chat here, because I see there's some chatter here. Okay, so Simon says, on the way through here and there on the way through here and there, based on some adjustments can be made, but not everything, but useful things. Okay, I think what Simon's saying, yeah, it's like we need some balance of things, right? But not keeping things straightforward, right? And we need to try to achieve a balance there. And Josh says, what do you think about virtual texturing? Tony Goldring developed virtual texturing that runs in Three.js, and it would put Rogue Engine way ahead if you could partner with him to build that into Rogue Engine. Mark asks, do you have a link for Tony's work? And okay, and we have, hey, who fucking knew it? Is here again. It says that the audio is a bit quiet. Let's yeah, I could pull it up a bit. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's I'm trying to figure out. I think that it's a bit noisy though, because we have a Windows computer here. Now, as I was saying, Microsoft won. Okay, Microsoft is the winner. I hope you're happy, Bill. I hope you're happy that Microsoft won. All right, I'm talking to you. I hope you're happy, because really, the Mac was horrible for live streaming. Okay, so yeah. But you know what, Bill? The audio sucks. Really, the audio sucks. That's all I'm gonna say. These laptops with the audio, it sucks. It's so bad. But I also had other Windows PCs, proper Windows PCs, and the audio sucks still. There's something about Mac, and the audio is just beautiful. And not with the UK. No love with the Windows PCs. At least maybe my ear is just like, I don't know. To accustomed to the beautiful sound, the crisp sound that I get with the Mac, and then I turn up the knob on the Windows PC, and I get like, why? It's so bad. It's just so bad. But that's real. Linux is pretty decent at streaming. But yeah, that's. That's a good thing to I don't have a dedicated Linux install here, so it probably work horrible with the with the doing all the hardware thing that it needs to do. But let's address the thing that Josh said. Josh talked about the virtual texturing, and I am not familiar with that. I'll need to look into that. Thank you very much for pointing it out. I'm gonna have to take notes of this. In fact, so okay, can you write me down on the Discord, like maybe write it down on the feature request there, so I can have like a good tracking there, if you don't mind. Because that really helps. That really helps to kind of keep everything together there. Cohesive. Community talking about things that they want to see in the engine. That would really help a lot, if you don't mind. It says, Simon asks, do you have an audio card connected to your microphone? Yes, I have an interface. I have a Scarlett. It's a pretty old Scarlett, but oh, thank you, Josh. Thank you very much. Yeah, I have the Scarlett 2i2 connected to this PC. I know that it's I think it's Gen 2, so it's not great. The audio is not. I know it has more noise than others, but on the Mac, it's beautiful. It's crisp. It's just perfect. Perfect. It's a cat. Magnificent. You can barely hear it with the steps there. It's magnificent. But now, with the PC, the Windows PC, Bill, it doesn't work. Thank you very much. And now, Mac boys, please, can you fix the streaming stuff? Horrible, horrible, horrible. I don't know why it doesn't work with the streaming. I really don't know. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. Yeah, I lost my hair. I lost my hair trying it, should I sue you for my hair? I might have to sue you for my hair. But yeah, yeah, that's something else I need to address, right? If you've just seen me now, you see me with this beanie on, I have to be straight with you. I have to be straight with you. I don't want this relationship to start with lies. Like I don't want this to be a relationship that starts like this, so you should know that I'm very transparent. I'm very transparent. I want this to be a good rapport that we have, so I think you should know that behind this cap beanie, I'm actually bald. You should know that. I know you're shocked right now. I know you're shocked. How can a bald man keep his ideas in his head? I know you're shocked right now. So yeah, I'm very sorry. I really want to be straight with you here. So I think we should build this relationship on honesty. Yeah, and I'm gonna keep it off because it's getting hit here with light there and stuff here. Yeah, I look red. Don't I look red? Yeah, I don't know. But who knows? Okay, who cares? All right, keeping the microphone pretty close. So Hitman with a beard though. But yeah, let's let's keep this relationship honest. All right, so let's I think I addressed all the points there, right? My ears are red. Aren't they red? They're talking about me over there. People talking about me behind my back. I'll take some gray hair. Marky. I'll take some gray hair every day. Also, I think you have gray hair. I've seen your pictures there. You have gray hair, man. So great hair, because if I don't pronounce the T, but so yeah, I think I addressed everything there. I really had that that feeling that perhaps some of the stuff wasn't properly addressed before. Also having it on text somewhere there lost because someone asked about it and I just said it somewhere. Just having it here now on the live stream, I think it works. We can have this source of truth about what Rogue Engine really is. It's a bunch of tools around 3JS and features around 3JS, and the whole thing is about promoting 3JS as well, because we are using 3JS. So go and use 3JS, learn 3JS. There's also a course by Bruno Simon. So that's a great one. A lot of people have come into Rogue Engine through that as well, because I've learned a lot through it. You know, the people who don't know anything about 3JS, about making games, they learn that. Sometimes they go on to use React, Free Fiber. You know, if you love React and that's your thing, well, use that. I don't like React one bit, so I try not to use it unless I really have to. I am probably going to make an integration for React. Sometimes I'm gonna have to like pull myself together and say, yeah, I'm gonna have to use React here. Oh. But I know a lot of people are gonna love it. I know a lot of people are gonna go, yeah, it's React. But I'm building. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, you know. So yeah, it's one of those things. It's one of those things that you have to do because, you know, sadly, there's so many people that love React. They love it so much. And yeah, I don't love React. No. But I understand you. I do have things I love. So you know, we all have the things we love. Okay, some people love some things. Other people love other things. Okay, these things addressed. So we have Nux 3, yeah, let's, what else do I have for today? Yeah, that was the first thing, right? That was the first most important thing, I think. The first thing was the wheels, which, if you're here now, and you just joining now, or you weren't here when I was talking about the wheels doing moonwalks, remember that the car package has been updated. The physics package has been updated with fix to the car, where the wheels were spinning the other way. So yeah, because it's a stupid mistake that I made. Thanks again. I think his name was Simon, but you know, the username is Ikbinsiep or something like that. So thank you very much. And yeah, it's been updated, so update it yourself there, so you can have a car that has wheels spinning the right way. It is not, like we said with Ibn Siyab, we're calling it the Michael Jackson incident. Yeah, that's gonna be the name of the incident. It's gonna remain in history as the Michael Jackson car incident. Yeah, so it's one of those things, you know. It's one of those good moments in in any development of anything, when you can put a name to it, you know, tag name. Yeah, code name Michael Jackson. All right, so those are the two things I think that I wanted to address most importantly. Then yeah, so the other thing, I'm probably going to do an extended development on Friday. I would like to start building something. I would like to start like doing making a first stream game that we make here. So I'm leaning a lot towards the tower defense, unless you have something else to say, unless you come and say, don't do a tower defense game. If you don't want me to do a tower one, just go into the Discord and say no, or just come here and say yes or no. I think a tower defense is pretty cool, because it's a kind of game that, you know, can give us a cool thing to do with simple assets, upgrades, shooting at things, enemies that have paths and all that work in a simple way, right? The waypoints for the enemies and the, you know, I think it has a lot of different little systems that we can then reuse, right? Everyone can look at them and say, okay, we can get an idea of how to do this and something else, because that's the point. The point is that not about the exact game that we make, but that all the elements that we put together work towards helping you make all the things that may be similar in some fashion or something. And so far, I'm happy. We've been here for 49 minutes, and I see no stutters in the image. I see it's still fluid. It looks good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with this. So far, I'm happy with this. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I think we're cooking something here. I think it's Windows 1. We can say Microsoft 1, we can say Bill Gates won the uh, the streaming wars here. Um, Simon saying here, there is more important things to solve there because the scene that includes a simple coffee cup is more different from the scene that contains a terrain with trees, collisions, and buildings. Yes, of course. My point is that every course on 3JS is limited, but we must be able to recreate everything and keep it balanced. Yes, of course, yes. And also, um, yeah, keeping that balance. Community has a lot to do there with keeping the balance, because the way you use Rogue Engine, like I said before, is the way. I mean, it's how we make Rogue Engine work for everyone, right? If that, like I said before, you have this tool, but you have direct access to the developer of the tool, right? So if I it's something I've good track record of is being, accessible, and you can just talk to me through Discord, and you could just tell me, oh, I need this thing, I think this thing's wrong or something. It doesn't mean that I'm going to do exactly what you say. Of course, doesn't mean that. I'm not just going to go, yes, everything you say. But if it makes sense, and many times I think 99% of the community, the people that come into Rogue Engine and this niche thing, they know what they want, and in general, they have the same annoyances that I do. Sometimes the things some people ask may not be as priority as some things that other people ask, and sometimes things do get a backlog. We do have a backlog of things that we should be, I mean, we should have. But yeah, I mean, there are many things I'm working on that hopefully we'll have available for the next iteration. We will have for the next iteration a nice object system, like a custom object system that works like a component, an object that is a component, an object in your scene that works like a component. And that object that has properties, has an interface in the inspector that you can use. I think that's a great new feature. That's a great new feature because that's really going to help you create these cohesive units of that have a specific behavior. And so components will be these things that you create because they are reusable. But those components that you have that are not reusable, that are not things that are very, you have to set them up in a specific kind of object, because they only work in a certain object. Like having I don't know, a component that only works on lights, right? Then we should have a different type of light, right? You just extend the light and create a very specific kind of light. That's what we want, I think, right? Those kinds of ideas. And having a special interface with these things, I think it would makes the architecture a lot easier to handle. Mostly in these things, game development, that it can get messy. It can get messy very easily, and mostly we're working with people who can't code and they're just using your code, right? He fucking know it. Says all clear on my side, and I'm playing online games. Okay, yeah, beautiful. I'm excited for Rogue Engine. I honestly wish I worked on this software with you. Yeah, you don't. You don't. I swear to you, you don't. Would be I think this is when I first started building this. This is something like when I first started. Let's go some lore. This is lore time. Okay, lore time. When I first started building this thing, I had one idea of what it was to build this thing, and I think the worst things about building this were not things that I could have ever predicted. And don't get me wrong, I love doing this. I love building this thing, but it is taxing. It is taxing, and the compromise you need to have when building this, it's I think it's some parallel. It's only parallel to startups and all those things, you know, because it is a startup in a way, right? It is something that you go in there and just have to build in. You have to put all your energy, all your extra energy, you know, and all that. So it is taxing. It's very very taxing. So yeah, I very much doubt. I've seen many people start building these things while I was building this. While I've been building Rogue Engine, many people have told me, "Oh, I'm building my own engine." And I'm like, oh, "Okay, yeah, congratulations." I don't know what you want me to tell you. Congrats. I know when people come to me saying, "I'm building my own engine." Okay, great, congratulations, good luck. And they usually just die because you know, one thing they don't have is my bolts, my resilience. I usually have huge, massive bolts, resilience. I just go ahead and build it. I have a lot of tolerance for pain. So that's what you need. You need to have an amount of tolerance for pain and frustration that is just, I think, out of this world. I didn't know. I've actually challenged myself to I've actually put myself on this challenge, right? And I thought I didn't think I was able to tolerate that much frustration. I thought this time, looking back, I should have given up so long ago, and I haven't. Somehow I can't give up. Somehow I feel like I just have to keep going, and I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is, but it's weird, right? Because it's not that this has blown up and I feel this, you know, wow, I have this massive community behind me. No, it hasn't happened. That hasn't happened. We don't have this massive community. We don't have this many people coming in and using Rogue Engine. And I'm like, whoa, I'm so overblown. No, this hasn't happened. This is a very niche community. And yet, I feel like I can't give up on you. I can't give up on any one of you. I can't give up on me because I want this, right? This is the thing. I deeply want this, and I'm like, you know, I realize that, so I just keep doing it. I really don't know exactly why. I don't know. I can't explain it. I'm probably just going crazy. Maybe I think that's the best explanation. I'm just going nuts. You know, I'm a bald nut. Probably that's the best explanation for it. Simon says, don't forget that technology is going forward day by day. 3GS is getting popular also. People who devoted their time and sacrificed to build these things are writing history, he says. Well, let's hope so. The demands in technology is what keep these developers working and evolve. Yeah. I think, in a way, yeah. I think the most important bit of this is that people, the best way to contribute, I think, to this, my hope is that people will start building more things with Rogue Engine, even little tests, sharing on social media. I think the way this thing grows more and more and grows in popularity is not that I share everything, because every time I share something, it's fine. Okay, I just share it. But what people want is validation. You know, they want some other people going, okay, who else is building stuff with this? So if, you know, when more people come in and people who are building stuff, I know so many people are building stuff in the dark. You know, they're building stuff on their own with the companies, with their friends or something. You know, or by themselves. And you know, if you're building something, if you want to share it on social media and all these things, that really helps. That helps a lot, because it, you know, it's a way. It's not just validation outside from to the outside. It is also very encouraging for me. It's also very encouraging. Every time I see posts of people building stuff with Rogue Engine, it warms my heart. It really it gives me that little extra enthusiasm, you know. And yeah, you know, even though I'm not giving up, I do need a bit more fuel at times. This is my regular fuel, otherwise, you know. But yeah, I think that's the assessment I can give of the Rogue Engine lore about that. Oh, Marky here, Marky, comment by Marky. Yeah, he says, yeah, you're probably going nuts. Yeah. But if Rogue was around when I started developing our venture, it would have been Rogue, which I suspect future version will be. That would be amazing. That would be amazing because you're doing incredible work there. You're doing some incredible stuff there. And yeah, I'll need to have you invited one day to show us what you're doing there because I think it's awesome. Also, uh, right, like I'm obsessed with old stuff. I'm obsessed with the I just say old stuff like that, but I'm obsessed with antiquities to the point that I'm obsessed with genealogy, for instance, right? And Romans were very obsessed with genealogy. What Mark is doing Roman dig sites. This whole VR Roman dig sites experience that is great. You know, he used to be built. He was building stuff for schools. I think if you were in the UK in the 90s, I think you've seen stuff by you probably used some of his software there. So uh, you know, it's you know, the kind of stuff that I also have a certain you know, how you say. I'm sorry, I miss the word sometimes, but you'll see me doing this a lot. Just thinking about the word, that just isn't coming in. But yeah, I have a certain sensibility to it. I guess that's the word. That's the appropriate word. Um, yeah, and it talks to me. That thing talks to me. The Romans were very obsessed with genealogy. Were very obsessed with with yeah with the Greeks as well. They were very obsessed with the Greeks, and I love the ancient Greeks and all that. I love reading about that stuff. So you know that that really touches a special fiber in me whenever someone's doing anything historical with all that old. You know, that's so old. The old world. You know, that's another one of my passions. Another one of those things. I was on the verge of going to do archaeology at one point. I was very much on the verge of doing that. Yeah, some people convinced me, don't do this. You're in Uruguay. What do you think you're gonna dig here? So I didn't do it. But yeah, I could have probably dug some dog bones, some cow bones, probably. Yeah, that would have been old ancient cows, ancient cows, or something else. Who knows? Yeah. Um, but yeah, but yes. Well, there's lots of Indian stuff out there. You know, the native stuff there. But I don't know. I'm deviating. I'm going somewhere else we shouldn't be going now. This is Rogue Engine. This is a Rogue Engine live stream. I'm doing B script law. But yes, I think that's about it for today. I think I don't want to extend this too much. I think this 1 hour point is fine. We're doing fine. I think the whole point mostly was to have this live stream run for a while and show me that we can actually have a running live stream that doesn't just go choppy all the way at any time, which is what we want. We want it to be very very smooth, very smooth, because we're going to be doing a lot of heavy load here. So okay, we can for real now actually say that Microsoft won. Microsoft, you won. Thank you very much, Apple, but Microsoft won. Thank you, Apple, for the audio. Your audio is amazing, but no, Microsoft wins the streaming wars. And yeah, Nvidia as well, right? Because this is the Nvidia card, and this thing probably doing 99% of the job. Actually, I think. I think. So it's probably it. That's probably it. I'm suspicious now. It's very likely that. So is it actually Microsoft or is it Nvidia that has won? That's a good thing to keep in mind there. So all right, I'm gonna leave you be, because I realized that I'm not gonna be able to engage in anything else now tonight. I'm not gonna be able to sit down and build this thing. But one thing I want to do, I will probably come by. I don't know if tomorrow or directly on Friday, and just do a long run on Friday, because I want to do Nige on Discord has asked about how to build this point and click thing, you know, just having this picking things on the scene, you know, with a first person controller. And we have a drag and drop first person controller. You could just drag and drop it on the scene. You know, if you I don't know if you know this, but if you want first person controller, you just come here into, let me show you this. I need to get used to doing the change here. Let me see. I think it's, I know it's, is it Alt 1? Yeah, here it is. So you just come here into the, well, you can come into the package directly, right, into the Rogue Rapier package, and look into the prefabs here and use your first person character prefab here. Or you can go into Alt A and just drag and drop it here, right? That's it. That's all you need. And yeah, well, let's remove the car. Yeah, let's remove the car. Let's remove this camera here. We don't need this camera. Yeah, we just need the character controller there, and I think this should work. Yeah, this works. Yeah, this works fine. Yeah, and we're walking here in our little environment here. So yeah, I think there was an error here, probably something, I don't know. We'll need to see that. I'll need to check this. What happened? Probably a problem with some of the stuff that I had previously, and I had to remove. Yeah, so not very unrelated to this, but yeah. Right. Yes, because I have a component here that needs a target, and the target is not there. So it's a miracle that it was even working. It's a miracle that it was working. So yeah, so you just do that, and we have the pick function. The pick function lets you pick something down the mouse. I need to check if you can actually do it in the middle of the screen. Otherwise, just using a raycast, regular raycast will work. So yeah, that's I think that's the way I would do it, and it's very simple, right? It's very simple. It's so simple, honestly. You can do it with a raycast. You can do it with in many ways. Let's see. I have some comments here. Tell us about the license. Each project that we build and export is running on the hosting that you provide. Or for the next time, tell us about licenses. Both who think and sell their project under your logo, and those who want to use Rogue Engine to build portfolio. Which license should one buy? Basically, on his intentions. Oh, sorry. I hit you, right? I've gave you a bit of a hit here. No, you don't need to buy a license unless you're actually making money with this. You don't need to buy a license, okay? The reason to buy a license is because you're actually making money or something like that, or you want to support the project, or you need some of the stuff like the hosting and all that. You actually buy the license because you want some of the features that are there. Otherwise, like if you want to host the game on the Rogue Engine stuff, you need to buy the license. Otherwise, you can just do the build and put it in a server somewhere, and it works. You know, it's just grab your it's a static site that you get. So you get the static site, it's just drop it in a server, like in a static server somewhere, and it will work fine. It will work perfect. You'll have no problem with that, and you don't need to buy a license. The thing that you build is yours. You don't owe me anything for that. You just build it, and that's fine. The thing that you pay for is the engine, is the tool, right? The right to use the tool if you are making money with it, right? That's the whole point. But yeah, you don't need a license. The whole point of a license for me is not to try and prevent you from building things and prevent you from doing stuff and all that. The point of the license is to share in the success, right? If you're building stuff, right, and to support the project, of course, right? And if you need something that the license is offering, like say some kind of service, like it has hosting, it has the packages. I think the packages are one of the best features there. I don't think people know how to use them, and that's my fault. That's absolutely my fault, because this package is like the physics package. If you build tools you can use in other projects of yours, and if you're working with other people, you can just have packages that are yours, that are private, and you can download them straight, and keep updating them, and other people can download it in their projects, other people within your team. So it's a great way to keep your team updated, with little different packages, and build with that. You can have like these features that you build that are specifically for you, set up for your stuff, and that's what packages are. I think a very powerful way to build stuff. That's how I love building stuff that way, because it really helps compartmentalize things and have them, in a way that working with other people is much easier. And yeah, but you don't need a license to use Rogue Engine, right? It's free. It's free to use, and you can use it, yeah, no problem. And yeah, unless you're making, I think it's 80k plus, then you need some license. And Hugh fucking new asks, is there a ragdoll demo available? No, there is no ragdoll demo available. Sorry about that. There's but I mean, you can build a ragdoll with Rapier. I could sit down and try and build one. I think it should be fairly simple. I think Rapier. I don't know if Rapier has a ragdoll, because I've never actually tried, but I think it probably has one. Yeah, if you really need a ragdoll, I think it's yeah, it's just looking into how if you want to give it a go, it would be about looking into how the other components are set up here in Rogue Engine, and like the vehicle and all that. If you follow that structure and you do the same stuff, but you build the ragdoll for you see how the ragdoll is built on Rapier, right? Any example of a ragdoll in Rapier will work, and you just use that to kind of put things together there. It should work, because it's more or less the same stuff works. Even if you just copy paste the code, most of the stuff will translate easily. You just have to do some adaptations. Simon says, I see, man, solid color, but baking unwrapping still through looks sick already, like Vice City 3, kind. Yeah, it's yeah, the city there in the back. Hugh fucking asks, says it would be amazing to have a ragdoll character controller, an active ragdoll. Is it open source? Could I help with docs and website? The thing you can really help with, the packages are open source. So if you want to give it a go, you can actually build packages that are open source. Build upon the packages that are open source. Rogue Engine is more like think of it like this sort of bare bones structure where we have packages. That's why Rogue Engine doesn't have a physics engine by itself, right? You don't have a Rogue Engine physics engine. You have Rapier and you have Canon, right? Right now we're using Rapier by default. That's the one we use now. But the open source packages, you can grab any open source package that we have. All the packages there, unless less the ones that are premium, all the other ones are open source, right? So if you need, that's the thing. The premium packages, they require the license, right? Rogue Engine is free, right? And the packages, all the free packages that we have, they're the base packages. They're all open source, and those are the actual features. Those are the special features, the things that help you build stuff. You can either build packages, and stuff, and you can, if you want to build a package, like say something that you want to publish, you let me know and we can publish it. We don't have like to sell those packages or anything now, but you can. But if you want to just share it for free, we can accommodate that, of course, and any good package. But that ragdoll, for instance, if you want to give it a go, you can look for the Rogue Rapier integration there on GitHub, and it's on the beer script. And you'll see that also under my username, and you'll see that it's there, and you can contribute to it. You can contribute to it, of course. Yes, most people don't contribute, don't care. So if you want to do that, that would be great. And the docs are open source. The docs are open source as well. Yes, they are in the. They are in the website. I think I'll send you a link. I'll leave a link I'll have to leave a link there. Simon saying, of course, we need to buy a license. I think that will help the engine to evolve more through the years. Plus, you will be happy coding. So yeah, By the way, do you have audio components for footsteps depend the surface the character is walking on, and basically if any sounds can be integrated? There is a component that I built that could help you with that. It's actually very simple. You have what you have is um, it's a property controller that can handle audio. So you can just simply play the audio. Whenever say the character's moving forward, you play the stepped audio. So you just can drag and drop your audio there, and it works great. Is for example the vehicle that you have now. When you accelerate the roar of an engine, how are you going to enable it? Yeah, that's the same. You just grab the you create this prop controller, and you put the audio file there. You just drag and drop it, and yeah, what you do is that will give you a 3JS audio directly, right? That will convert it into 3JS audio. That will do the importing of the audio for you. So you don't have to actually import the audio or anything. You just drag and drop it and it'll work. What you need is to handle it just like a regular 3JS audio. It's just to play when the car is, whenever you need. When the car is accelerating. If the car's move, if you're pressing the accelerator, you accelerate you will probably just change the pitch. Yeah, that's what I would do. I am working on a vehicle toolkit like I did with the FPS. There's a premium package. There's an FPS toolkit. So the base package is always built for free. But the specifics, the things that are very specific, I build in as premium packages. So to incentivize people to buy a license. So if you if you want to if you need that, it's going to be there soon as a premium package available for everyone. I'll add I'm adding a velocimeter, things like that to have your like on the screen. You can see the speed, and you can see the RPMs, and you can you'll see the gears, all kinds of things. The sound, the skid marks, it uses the what's it called? The package, the Quarks package. I was thinking of the name of the package, the Quarks package, so that you can see the smoke. Use particles for the smoke, so you see the smoke whenever it's sliding, which is nice. It's drifting with the smoke and the skid marks and all that. I think that's cool. So yeah, you'll that will be available as a premium package for everyone. For all the lovely, amazing, beautiful people that are buying licenses. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Really fills me with joy every time anyone contributes in that way. It's incredible. So thank you very much. And as always, I'll try to keep building stuff. Let me know what you want to see, and you obviously have my absolute. I'm losing the words. Absolute. I want to say in Spanish. I can't say it in English. I forgot the word. Okay. My thanks. That's the thing. So yeah, I'm thinking. What's funny is that sometimes I forget the word in English, but actually have the word in Spanish and Italian in my head. Yeah, just the brain. And then you think, how can this dude build an engine? I speak JavaScript. I speak TypeScript. That's my language, probably. I don't know. I don't know, mate. I don't know, but yeah. With so many things, it says, okay, see, you great. With so many things that you have described that one can integrate, it's going to be very difficult to sleep. It's like you fall. Yeah, damn. Yeah. Just imagine how many things short period of time one will be able to make. I mean, there's a lot more to I think you'll have enough of work to do from so many other things. But yeah. Oh, something else I want to do. I want to bring to this live streams, and I'm leaving now because it's already been 20. It's already 20 minutes past the time, the mark that I said I was going to leave. I'm already 20 minutes. I'm already 20 minutes past. I don't know how many people even there are. I don't know how many people we have. I really don't know. We have 3 people watching. Wow, wow, and 2 people on Twitch. Incredible. So yeah, yeah. No, I hope some people will see it later. But yeah, the the what was I even saying? Yeah, what I want to bring into the live stream is I would like to, if you know some cool 3GS games out there, you know, like that I can play on the browser. I would love to play them. Like just go in there and find some inspiration and play some games. Like I would love that. Just play them with you, play them here. There's also something I want to bring here. And also, if you built a game, you know, with 3GS or Rogue Engine, I will play it live here, of course. I want to test your games here for everyone, you know. And yeah, that would be incredible as well. I forgot about that, and that's a great thing. I think people will appreciate that, and I hope you do. So yeah, that's it for tonight. I'm super tired. It's so late. It's almost 12 here. So you know, thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for listening to this rant, because I think it was sort of rant with lore and something. I don't know. It was a bunch of things. You know, I don't know. But yeah, this is what we get. This is what we get when you put a crazy man with no shackles in front of a camera and a microphone and just get him to speak here in front of you. So yeah, like I said before, I'm just gonna have fun with this. I'm just gonna let go. I'm just gonna put myself in front here, be myself in front of the camera. I'm just not gonna try and hold myself back at all. I'm just gonna be myself. So whatever that is, whatever crazy thing that is. And yes, that's it. That's it for tonight. I'll let you go. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, Simon is asking, we need to make FPS online. Should you have one? Yes. Well, there's an FPS premium package there, but yeah, there's many. You know, there's an example there of an FPS. You can check out the FPS example on the examples page in the examples page in yeah, in 3 Rogue Engine examples. Look there, you know, and you'll see there's an FPS one there. I mean, it has no damage or anything, but it's just showcasing the FPS one. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining. I love you. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. I'll let you know when I'm live streaming again. I don't know when. I'm just testing the timings here.